The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. What is it? We don't know. The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. Here we go, it's the Gun Shop Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Coming in for a crash landing this week. I'm your host, Eli Bruton. This is the Gun Shop Show. I am joined by my control room help, Trevor.
Hello.
And also to my right is Logan.
Hey, everybody.
I can't believe it has been a week since we talked to you last, but we are surviving. We're hanging in there. Our store is open. That's Liberty Tree Guns. We're coming to you live from the sales floor of that store in which I make my living and spend my time. But this has been a hectic week for me. I've been moving. And the guys here know that because they've been involved in it, and it has caused me to just barely get in here in the nick of time and bring this show to you.
It was an epic move.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. I mean, you had teams of people round the clock moving you from A to B.
Right, every time you thought we were done, there was another truckload.
I'm pretty sure that your stuff left behind was multiplying.
Yeah, it was.
We'd empty a closet, come back to it, and somehow it'd be half full again.
Yeah. And I went through phases of where did all this stuff come from? And then as you look through it, you're like, oh, we use this then and this then. And it was pretty crazy, but we finally landed where we are, and we're here coming to you live. We got some exciting stuff coming up. The stimulus bill is out. You know how I know?
I know I got mine. How did you find out?
Because within minutes of those landing, I'm getting a barrage of private messages about what do you got for about $1,200. People have been fully stimulated by this stimulus. I saw on Facebook, what caliber are you going to get your stimulus in? All right, so it's a $2 trillion coronavirus stimulus bill, according to CNN, and money went to several different programs and things, but one of them is $1,200 to every adult, $2,400 for married couples. And
I wonder how they came up with that math.
Well, I know at one point it was 1,000, and then they just somebody said, "Let's make it bigger."
I wonder who that someone was.
Huge.
No, I just mean like it's $1,200 for one person or $2,400 for two. Like, how did they figure that?
That's brilliant. Yeah. So we're going to talk about what could you spend your stimulus on. We're also going to check the voicemail today, which is always fun. Our customers call in and leave us voicemails, and we respond to those. So that's coming up. We're going to talk about some other headlines and some things that you could stimulate yourself with.
Economically speaking, of course.
Economically only, of course. You know, you could spend $1,200 on one gun. Logan, let's show folks the things that we could spend our $1,200 stimulus on. And keep in mind, if you're hearing this on News Talk, KZRG, or the podcast, we are always showing the stream live on Facebook.com/LibertyTreeGuns, as well as YouTube and Vimeo and Twitch. If you catch it after the fact, you can find the video version on those platforms, and you can also find the audio-only podcast on all the major podcast players, including iTunes, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, and I'm sure I left some others out, but check out the podcast there. All right, let's go to camera 2. And for radio listeners, I'm showing you, here's an excellent way to spend your $1,200 stimulus.
Is that a 1,200 one that shoots bullets?
That shoots bullets for $1,200. This is the Ruger Precision. I'm guessing that's a 6.5, right, Logan?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Good old 6.5 Creedmoor.
So this has been an extremely popular long-range gun. There's guys hitting targets 1,000+ yards reliably with these things right out of the box. So if you're not seeing the video of this, which I'm having a difficult time talking and holding it all up, but This is a chassis style gun, so it's a bolt action rifle. Fits in the sort of drops down that chassis. It's got a modular handguard on it. So that's a good way to spend your whole stimulus check if you want to do it all in one place.
It's very stealth looking too.
Yes.
And it's got all the right angles and curves. Probably like the stealth bombers. Probably not undetectable. It's
Right.
undetectable.
Very tactical.
Very tactical looking. So if you don't want to spend it all on one thing, you could get 6 Ruger Wranglers.
That's correct. At $199 a piece.
It looks like a, it's a single action revolver. Reminds you of a little cowboy gun, fun plinker and 22 long rifle. These have been selling like hotcakes, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they have, and they come in 3 colors. We have silver, black, and then burnt bronze, which is like a brown,
Like a metallic kind of brown,
like
coppery color.
Yeah, there you go.
Those are a lot of fun. They're affordable. Those have been super popular. So check out the Ruger Wrangler. You can always go to libertytreeguns.com, search any of the terms that we reference on the show. We'll also drop the link to those in.
I like to imagine that somebody actually buys 6 of those and they have a belt with all 6, like 3 on each side.
So, it's funny you say that because I've actually had customers that have 6 sons or 6 grandsons or granddaughters, and and so they really do come in and buy that many. But it's funny that you went to imagining
one man carrying 6 pistols.
So
he means business.
Some people don't even want to spend all their money on only 6 things.
Right.
So I was thinking, how could we go further with this?
I mean, what would be more than 6?
Well, I did the math.
7.
You could buy around. Thanks, Logan. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Always to the point and practical is Logan.
That's why we love him.
I did the math, and you could get about 20,000 rounds of 22 long rifle for $1,200.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
What would you use all those rounds for?
Plinking.
Planking.
If you and a married couple teamed up, not you and a married couple, if a married couple teamed up with their $2,400, they could buy 6 Ruger Wranglers and 20,000 rounds of 22 long rifle, and that would be months of fun.
Sounds like it.
Weeks at least.
But I do intend to team up. I was planning on teaming up with a married couple to do some shooting.
Thruple? You want to be part of a thruple?
I for shooting purposes, yeah. Like, we're only doing this so we can shoot these guns.
You're just befriending a neighbor or someone just because you want in on their guns. That's a real thing, by the way. I've seen it before.
I just need to get close to your guns.
If you're just tuning in, this is the Gun Shop Show coming to you from the sales floor, Liberty Tree Guns. In case you're wondering, we are open. We are not subject to the shutdown. If you have heard my radio ad, you know that I would refuse to go anywhere. The Second Amendment is essential. And luckily in Missouri, we are exempted from any sort of government restriction because it says it's Chapter 44.101 that says it is illegal to prohibit or restrict the display, the sale, the transfer of firearms and ammunition during an emergency. So I know that sometimes we have fun on this show, and we just want to help bring you some entertainment in a category you like. And so we made a sort of commitment that we didn't want everything to be on the negative side of what's going on in the world. But we are mindful of how that's affecting you, and I think we've already crossed the peak and we're headed for better times. But just know that we're here for you, and we understand and empathize with some of the situations that have been caused by this. But want to move on to some other things that you could use to stimulate yourself. You know what I bet all this stimulus is really doing?
What's that?
Really getting under the skin of people like Nancy Pelosi.
Probably. I mean, sure, it all depends on what you're spending it on, for sure.
Right.
If you're not buying TVs.
Well, right. They, the idea is that you'll use it to get by. But if they knew that the instant this is hitting bank accounts, it is being turned into firearms and ammunition, at least in my world. Mm-hmm. And we know that that's not just a trend at Liberty Tree Guns, but that's a trend overall.
Well, we were getting calls and questions before it ever even landed, you know.
Oh,
What can
yeah.
I spend this on? What can I get with this?
In our last check in the voicemail segment, it was, hey, Donald Trump is sending me $1,200. What should I spend it on? And so if you missed those episodes, go back, check out episode 1 and 2. You can get it on the podcast or go back on Facebook and check that out. And you can see some of the answers we gave ahead of time. Those are definitely still relevant.
Yeah, if you really want to turn it into an investment, that's about 1/6. What was it? 1/6 of the way to a fully automatic machine gun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Episode 2 is all about machine guns, and Machine Gun Mike was talking about those as an investment. So you could definitely get a full auto machine gun, at least get a good portion of the way there with the $1,200 stimulus. But lastly, my suggestion was you could buy 1,200 paper targets. Let's see. Let's go.
Hopefully, you've got enough ammunition to fire at 1,200 targets.
Well, your thruple
yeah.
could get together and do the 20,000 rounds of ammo, the 6 Ruger Wranglers,
That's right,
and 1,200 paper targets.
I see where you're going with this because it's $1,200 a piece, right?
Yeah.
I focus on the targets.
Yeah.
They focus on the guns and the ammunition. We get together. We're like a little family.
I'm not normally a collectivist, but that makes a lot of sense.
I think so too.
Yeah. Okay, so we're coming up on the break. When we get back from the break, we are going to check the voicemail. We got a voicemail box full of questions and comments from our customers. We are going to do that when we get back from the break. Thanks for joining us. This is the Gun Shop Show on News Talk KZRG. Hey everybody, Eli here, and I'm really excited to tell you that the Gun Shop Show is now brought to you by one of my favorite places on earth, located here in my hometown of Carthage on the beautiful historic square, and that is the Emporium on the square and the Woodshed. It's a art gallery, an event center, a gift shop. They have art classes, and probably my favorite part is the burger and steak joint in the back. But when you walk in, you're in this 150-year-old great big building, and there's very unique Americana artwork from famous artists like Andy Thomas. They handle a lot of his originals and do framing for him. And it just has this incredible old school vibe, and you can feel the history coming through. You have to check out the art gallery, but then as you work your way to the back, into my favorite part, that's the Woodshed. I've spent a lot of nights and had a lot of great meals in here. They've got burgers. They have catfish. I love their catfish. It's excellent. Chicken and waffles even. It's incredible. And it's also a music venue. So this year or last year, we got to see my favorite band of all time, the Ben Miller Band. This is a photo that you're seeing that I took. And the ceiling was literally raining down. They were rocking so hard. But the best thing about it is not only is this my favorite place on earth, but it's owned by one of my favorite people on earth. That's Cherry Babcock. And she is the real deal. She takes care of her customers, whether they're hosting an event or catering or having a special art class or just their normal business of selling burgers and steaks. Check out the Emporium on the Square and the Woodshed. Hey guys, Liberty Tree Guns has been able to become one of the top used gun sellers in the country. And part of the way that we get those used guns is through our consignment program, which is where we can help you sell your guns and get top dollar. We do that by bringing them in, getting really great high definition photos of them, listing them on libertytreeguns.com, as well as Gunbroker, where we're a top seller. We always keep those secured, covered by our insurance, and we help pair your gun with the right buyer. The fees are very reasonable, and we have an over 95% success rate selling firearms on consignment. When they sell, you can be issued a check or store credit. So now is the time to get your firearm in to Liberty Tree Guns consignment program. Go to libertytreeguns.com. All right, welcome back. This is the Gun Shop Show. I'm Eli Bruton, owner of Liberty Tree Guns. We are broadcasting from the sales floor. If you just tuned in, this is the Gun Shop Show, where we have been talking about how to stimulate yourself with $1,200. We went from one $1,200 gun to, I don't know if we covered two $600 guns, but that'd be an option.
I don't think we did. I know we talked about 6
$200 guns. And then we dropped it all the way down to 20,000 rounds of ammo or 1,200 paper targets. So, but I wanted to remind you, it's a fairly decent bet to invest your stimulus money in firearms because they hold their value more than some things.
That's correct.
And we also talked about the fact that I had to move this week. And I just want to take a second publicly to thank the crew for helping me. All of you guys did a good job not only holding down the fort here at Liberty Tree Guns, but also helping take a lot of the stress out of that process of moving. I appreciate you guys. I do have the best crew in the business, and that is how we've managed to go from a little small shop to the 4 states' favorite gun store, which is an award that we won earlier this year. We sure appreciate that, and all we try to do is do right by our customers. So, talking about the stimulus and all the good investments that you could make, but I have a feeling there's some things that would be worse investments.
Oh, there's worse things that you could spend this money on.
Like what?
Well, one thing that came to top of mind was underpants. Underpants for your hands.
Do you have a list of these?
Yeah, I did. I decided that I needed to find some things that you should not spend your money on.
So since we told everybody what you should spend your stimulus on, you decided what to give them advice of what not to.
Yeah, these are things you don't want to buy, and hander pants is one of those things. Now, I will say this, it's basically underwear for your hands.
If you're watching on the stream, these look like whitey tighties for your fingers and palms.
They might be great shooting gloves. I don't know. I can't speak to the quality of hander pants.
We should order some and shoot with them.
Underpants for your hands.
The next thing on the list.
If you find yourself with a lot of time on your hands while sitting, it's the potty putter, putting mat golf game for the toilet.
This couldn't hurt I've been golfing all of 3 times, all 3 of them with Trevor.
That's right. And we both need to work on our short game.
That's right.
I think the only problem will be is if you got really good at this and you're out playing golf, you might find yourself squatting while putting.
To clarify for the radio listener, there's a man on the toilet, pants down, with a putter in his hand, a little green spread out in front of the toilet, putting.
That is horrible.
Okay, go to the next one.
If you need privacy while in public and viewing your technical devices, there is a scarf for you. And it basically looks like a mask with a tube sock.
and it goes from the face. So imagine like a ski mask knit to your face with a tunnel knit all the way out about 2 feet to the device, the screen, the laptop, the phone.
And one of these, it's one of the old school tube monitors, so when you're at the public library, you need that little extra privacy.
Right. If you're having to use that at the public library, whatever you're viewing on the computer should not be done at the library.
Definitely risque. But I do want to add that in the parlance of our times, given this whole coronavirus thing, this might be the future.
That's true. I didn't think of it as a mask in that sense.
Yep, with microfiber technology, it could keep out the germs.
All right, next one.
I have one thing left, and this might be something that you'd be interested in, considering that you do have a little one. Raise the child and keep your floor clean with Baby Mop.
It looks like a Swiffer attached to a onesie.
Oh, man.
And that actually makes a lot of good sense.
I think so. It's the onesie that cleans your floors.
Because the first thing I think of when I see a baby is cleaning item.
I think this is a good opportunity as we hear Trevor. He can't help himself but inadvertently create marketing material even for these horrible ideas.
Right.
So I think it's important for the radio listener to know that there are sponsorship opportunities for the live stream. So if you would like to sponsor the Gun Shop Show, and this is how we do it. When we go to the radio break, for the people watching the live stream, we create ads on the fly. So we take businesses that we believe in, that we want to partner with, and then we make up commercials and jingles. So if you're interested in sponsoring the Gun Shop Show and keeping this possible, send us an email to thegunshopshow@gmail.com, and you'll hear Trevor's Golden Pipes singing a jingle for your business.
There's no promise that it will be incredible, but it'll probably be incredible.
Some of the material has been pretty golden. All right, so we've covered what to buy with your stimulus, and we have covered what not to buy with your stimulus. And you know what that sound means. It is time to check the voicemail. And do we have an opening? You know, I've always felt like this needed an intro, like a powerful way to let the viewer and the listener know that we are ready to check the voicemail box.
I don't believe we have anything pre-prepared.
But we're just going to have to do it on the fly. I see you have some drumsticks.
This is true.
So you're thinking do something kind of rock style, maybe?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if only we had some other instruments.
I always keep my guitar handy.
Oh yeah, you usually have it within reach wherever you go.
Yeah. So first and foremost, it's my concealed carry gun. Second and foremost is my black and white Strat copy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
it hasn't been named yet. So if any listeners want to name,
you want to name the guitar. But anyway, so we don't run out of time, let's make an intro for checking the voicemail.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Are you ready to check the voicemail?
All right, that wasn't too bad for a first try.
I would say those were fantastic licks.
Thank you.
The smoke coming off your fingers.
I was burning it up. Unfortunately, it looked like on the live stream we had a technical issue.
Uh-oh.
And so looks like if you were watching on facebook.com/LibertyTreeGuns, you weren't able to see me hitting those licks, but you heard it, so you can just imagine what it looked like. And then maybe next time we'll do that. So anyway, we are prepped to check the voicemail. We've got just enough time to roll the first voicemail. Let's hit it.
Hey guys, it's Scott from Web City, and I want to say congratulations on your first episode airing. And I want to do a shout out to all the frontline workers out there, just like you guys, working your butts off, making sure people are taken care of and providing excellent customer service, taking care of the sick, and stay inside 6 feet and whatever else the CDC says. So again, congrats guys. Bye.
All right, I know this customer. His name's Scott. He's a great customer. This is just one example of many relationships that we build over the course of doing business. And Scott's a great guy. I know him and his wife had a hard time having a baby, and they were trying for a long time. And then they finally were able to have a baby, and guess what they named it?
Joe.
Elijah. So they named it after me.
That's an honor.
Not really, but he's not on the radio, so he doesn't have a chance to defend himself.
Yeah, he doesn't have a microphone in this battle.
Yeah, so for that purpose, we'll say he named his child after me. Thanks, Scott. When we get back from the break, we'll continue to check the voicemail on the Gun Shop Show on News Talk KZRG. Hey, podcast listeners and live stream viewers. I wanted to let you know that the Gun Shop Show is made possible by our friends at Mid-America RV. Being in the customer service industry, I have a really high standard for how customers are treated. Mid-America RV does it right. I've got my RV through their dealership, and I've taken it all over the country. We made it to South Padre Island. We've gone to Colorado several times. And if you've ever owned an RV, you know there's a lot that comes with it. So who you get it from matters. And it's extremely important that you have support after the sale. And here's some photos of my trips to Colorado that we took in our RV from Mid-America RV. They're located just outside of Carthage. They have a really vast inventory, and they are home of the lifetime RV warranty. So I believe they call it a forever warranty. So I urge you, if you're in the market for one, to check them out. It's a really fun and can be very affordable way to get your trips in. So visit them at midamericarv.com. We appreciate their support of the Gun Shop Show. And as you can see, they have a large inventory selection of trailers and fifth wheels, and they specialize in those. They don't carry any motorhomes or anything like that. So if you are in the market for a tow-behind RV of any size, from a little teardrop to a full-size trailer, I urge you to check out Mid-America RV. Now, we weren't sent any promotional material, so we decided, and this is from genuinely from my personal experience. There's a trip of me in Colorado in my Surveyor that I got from Mid-America RV, and so we decided we would make our own commercial for these guys since we believe in them so much. So, Trevor, I assume that you are prepared with material, right?
I'm going to jingle on the spot.
That you didn't make one ahead of time.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
All right.
And I'm actually a little nervous right now.
Can you put it on the lot?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
Let's refresh. And here we go.
They may not appreciate this.
Mid-America RV, the San Francisco treat.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm not so hot at the making up of stuff, so I borrow from other people.
Okay. Well, the point is, Mid-America RV will treat you right. If you're in the market for a travel trailer or fifth wheel, check out Mid-America RV. The Gun Shop Show costs money to make, and the Gun Shop Show is brought to you by pecans and cheese. Not really. Actually, we didn't have any sponsors for this segment, and so I decided that I would take a snack break, and also I decided if you guys are tired of listening to me eat cheese and nuts, that you need to buy an ad. So from now on, if our ad sponsorships don't sell out, you're going to have to listen to me eat nuts and cheese. In order to sponsor the Gun Shop Show, send us an email at thegunshopshow@gmail.com.
Next week, chips.
All right. To help me do the next sponsorship, I have Emerson. Say hi, Emerson. Hi. And the next sponsor is Netfishes. And can you tell me who the owner of Netfishes is? Sitting right there.
Trevor.
Do we like Trevor?
Yes.
Does he do good at stuff?
Yes.
If you want to hire Trevor to do good at stuff, go to netfish.es, where he can take care of all your website, design, print needs, as well as web hosting development. You can buy your domain name. What would your website be called, Emerson?
Fartypants.com.
All right. If you need fartypants.com or any other domain need, you just got to hit up this guy, Trevor, at Netfishes. That's what I do. Thanks, Emerson.
You're welcome.
Welcome back to the Gun Shop Show. This is the only radio show, to my knowledge, that happens live from the sales floor of an operational gun store.
I don't know of any others myself.
I don't either. And we are not radio professionals. We are simply the guys that work at Liberty Tree Guns.
We know how to click record.
Yeah, and point our mouth toward the microphone. If you're just joining us, we have been checking the voicemail, which is a segment we do on the show where customers can call in to 208-918-1776, leave us a voicemail, and we may just check it and respond live on the radio. So go ahead with the next voicemail.
Here we go.
Hey, Eli, this is Ronnie from Carthage. Hey, I am very interested in the Ruger 5.7. Do you have any in stock? Do you have any incoming? and also like to know the price. Thanks, Eli. Have a great day, buddy. See you. Bye.
Thanks, Ronnie. This is a question we get a lot. This is a popular new gun, the Ruger 57 or Ruger 57, as it's called. This is Ruger's version of a pistol that shoots 5.7 by 28 millimeter. And Logan, how many inquiries would you say we've had about this gun?
We get dozens of inquiries a week on this gun, asking when it's going to be here, how many we're going to get, if they'll be available to the public or people to purchase that haven't pre-ordered the firearm, because we are taking pre-orders for this currently, so we get dozens a week.
Yeah, it's just to give you a quick primer on it, this is a caliber that was developed potentially for a transition from 9mm for NATO, and it wasn't adopted by the military, but it has been used by the Secret Service. And the cool thing is, in a normal size handgun, you can fit 20 rounds in a caliber called 5.7 by 28, super lethal. So this gun is very hard to get. Right now, the demand is outpacing production. So if you're watching on the live stream, Trevor is showing our website listing. I want to tell you how to get in line to get this gun if you're in the market for it. There's a couple of ways. The very best way is to do a special order. So you can come in and or call in and put some money down. And we are filling those orders in the order that they were received when people put money down on these. Isn't that right, Logan?
Yep. If you put money down, you'll insert yourself into the line to receive the next ones we get.
So we're getting a ton of inquiries, but a lot of guys are saying, well, I'll just wait till they come in. And then what's happening is the few guys that do put money down, they're snatching them up. So they're going to be in that order first. That way, the people that are really committed and really want one, they get one. Another way, if you're not quite ready to put money down, is there's a feature on libertytreeguns.com. And if you're watching on the live stream, we've got our website pulled up. If you notice right here, it's out of stock because there isn't as many as we would hope, but there'll be more every day, every week that goes by. There is more that come into stock. There's a button where it says out of stock. If you click on that where it says notify me when in stock, this is an instant automated email that goes out to you. So if you fill that out, you click that button, as soon as our inventory updates, and that's coming from 6 or 7 warehouses as well as our physical store here in Carthage, Missouri, it's going to, boom, send you an email. You can click that link. You can go check out and get that gun. The only thing is, those pre-orders are getting preference. So before it even makes it to that bucket, those guys are getting their guns. So that's 2 ways to make sure you get in line. The best way is to put money down. The second best way is to click the notify me when in stock button. All right, moving on to voicemail number 3.
Hi, this is Amber Lee from Joplin. I am a single woman who is more smaller and petite. I don't really have any previous gun experience, and I'm interested in buying a gun for the first time. What kind of gun would you recommend for someone like me?
Appreciate the call, Amber. This is a great question. And first of all, I want to say it doesn't matter if you're male or female. It doesn't matter how big you are. You can shoot any kind of gun you want. There are some really impressive female shooters out there shooting very big, mean handguns. So I hate it when I see guys bring a woman customer into the store and say, well, what you need is, and try to dictate to her what he thinks she needs. Because women are capable of carrying anything men are. However, we are sort of regulated by what we can conceal on our body. Doesn't matter how tough you are at shooting. If you can't hide this thing on your person because you're smaller or thinner, that's going to be a problem for concealed carry, because it is necessary to have that discreetly on your person. I've got 3 options I want to show you. A lightweight revolver is a good option. We've got several Smith & Wesson J-frames. Trevor's going to do the overhead shot. If you're watching on the live stream, you can actually see these guns. Got a beautiful Smith & Wesson 637 with basket weave wood grips. Stainless, lightweight. This is a very simple to operate gun. Would be a very good option for a new shooter. plenty of stopping power, and very concealable. We also have a Taurus in a lavender color, so this is a lot of ladies like various colored finishes. The cool thing in the modern era is you got lots of options of color finishes. That Taurus.
It's a very vibrant and saturated color that's on that.
Yeah, so you're looking at a revolver, and then you have the bright purple finish on the frame. And Logan, do you happen to know off the top of your head the price point on the Taurus?
I don't, but I can find out for you.
Yeah, if you look it up, and we'll come back to that. But the Taurus is a little more affordable than the Smith & Wesson.
I wanted to point out that from my own experience, I purchased a firearm for my lady, and it was a semi-auto with a slide, and she struggled with the slide. Now, she just wasn't, strong to pull that back, but the revolver itself doesn't require any strength really to load or to prepare for
Right.
use.
And training goes a long way with any firearm. That helps when you're pulling back the slide on a semi-auto, but revolvers are great for shooters of all levels. But we even have shooters with like handicaps in their hands, arthritis or, sometimes even injury that's caused them not to have as strong of a grip as normal. And revolvers, almost anyone can operate one very successfully. The other suggestion that I have to check out, and I could probably show you 20, so definitely come by Liberty Tree Guns, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. anytime, Monday through Saturday, and I will show you 10 or 15. But since we only have so much time on the radio, I want to tell you about sort of an underdog in the gun world, in my opinion, and that is the Remington RM380. We'll drop a link to our review video where we torture tested this gun. We threw it in the dirt, the mud, a few surprise things that we did to abuse it, and this thing held up. And one thing about it, Trevor, to your point, is this has an especially easy slide. So if you're in the market for a semi-auto, you don't necessarily want to have to go to a revolver. This helps alleviate that premise. You still have to pull back on it, but I would say it's about half as hard as the one that you were referring to,
Right.
And makes it really easy. So it's not the slimmest 380 on the market, but it is still fairly slim. It also has a lightweight aluminum frame, so you don't get as much felt recoil. And this is modeled after the Rohrbach pistol, which was like an $800 crafted, very handcrafted, I should say, pistol. And this is Remington bought the rights to that and made it a little more affordable. And so if you just go to libertytreeguns.com and search RM380, you can see all of the options available. And this is one that doesn't get a lot of marketing or popularity, but it is a super good option. I would carry one, and for those concerned about being able to conceal it, those concerned about the recoil, the functionality, very good option in a semi-auto, and I would recommend that for a shooter of any level, especially a new shooter. All right, we are coming up on another break, and make sure you stay with us. We will be checking the voicemail when we get back.
I think we got lots more to go.
Yeah, we've got several more good ones. I think when I skimmed through them, I saw some people we knew, some familiar names. So we'll come back and check those on News Talk KZRG. Hey, Trevor, I need you to take over singing for me because we have a very serious commercial to make about a very serious topic. Do you think you could sing Arms of an Angel while I talk over it?
I can do it for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are facing a very serious crisis. And that crisis is that at Cave Gang Pizza and Pub, my very own wood-fire pizza restaurant and pub, perfectly good beer is at risk of going to waste because we haven't been able to sell it. But you can help. Thanks to some new regulations by the State Liquor Board, we can now sell liquor out the drive-through window. In order to save this beer from going bad, we need you to come to Cave Gang Pizza and Pub and buy beer through the drive-thru. You can do that by bringing your own sturdy, leak-proof container. And now you can cut to me, Trevor. I need to deliver the final. I couldn't get you to start, now I can't get you to stop. Very well done. All right, guys. In all seriousness, beer is going to go to waste. It's going to go bad before we can sell it. They did lift some restrictions on the sale of alcohol before. You could never sell draft beer through the drive-thru. Now they've said if you buy a meal and if we put it in a sturdy leak-proof container with tamper-proof tape sealing it, that you can buy a beer and take it home with you through the drive-thru. So come to cavegangpizza.com, call in your order. Right now, we're closed for carryout and delivery only, or open for that only, I should say. Make sure you come in, get your beer, order it. You can get beer and mixed drinks. We have to put it in your supplied container with tamper-proof tape, and only you can save perfectly good beer. Welcome back. This is the Gun Shop Show, and we were in the middle of taking care of some housekeeping and checking our voicemail. Are you ready to roll the next one?
I am ready. Here we go.
Hey, Eli and the boys. It's Mike here from Midwest Tactical. AKA Machine Gun Mike. Hey, guys, I just wanted to tell you and say thank you for having me out on the amazing Gun Shop Show. That was so much fun. It was so much fun talking about machine guns and talking about the Second Amendment world. You guys have a killer show, and I cannot wait to be on again, hopefully soon. To that effect, like we talked about, I've got machine guns coming your way. They're ready to go next week. They will be there in your shop. So I'm really excited to let people see these awesome pieces of history and to kind of be able to see them right there live and in person in your awesome showroom. So I had a great time. One more thing. I still haven't found my wallet. If you remember, I told you I left it over there by Logan and haven't seen it since. So anything you can do to help me locate that would be really, really appreciated. All right, I got to go. Again, the Gun Shop Show is so much fun. You guys are the best. So had a great time. Hope to see you again soon. All right, see you next week. Bye.
Well, that was Machine Gun Mike. And if you missed our last episode, the whole thing pretty much was about machine guns and how to own a full auto machine gun as an investment and just because it's awesome. And as he alluded, we're making plans to have machine guns in the store all the time from our partners at Midwest Tactical, and that'll be happening next week. One concern I do have here that we need to address.
Yes.
Logan, did you take Mike's wallet?
No.
I noticed that you seemed awfully stimulated before everyone else.
Are you talking about lunch I bought for you guys last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. That lobster that
I noticed you were rolling in the dough.
Oh, yeah.
So
I got my stimulus check early.
Yeah.
It was shorter, and it was like 200.
Roll the next voicemail.
Eli, Roy Huntington here. Hey, we're neighbors. I may be the editor of American Handgunner magazine, but I actually live just south of Joplin. I'd love to come on the show. Let's get caught up with gossip and industry news and trends and whatever's going on. I've also talked to the staff here, and I've been able to schmooze a special present for listeners. And I'll tell you more about that when I see you. So, all right, you guys, you take care. Keep up the good show. I always enjoy it. Bye-bye.
That is Roy Huntington from American Handgunner magazine, and he's going to be coming on the show soon. Roy's an awesome dude, spent 23 years in law enforcement in San Diego, and just a hoot to talk to. He's an awesome guy. We'll have a lot of fun. So he is the main guy, the editor behind American Handgunner magazine. Get your questions ready for him because he's going to be on the show soon. All right. The next one, roll voicemail number 6, if you would. Wait a minute. I think I know this guy. Is that? I think I recognize that.
Hey, guys, this is Nathan the Liberal, and I was driving by your parking lot, and I just wanted to say, you guys are disgusting. I can't believe that you would... I heard that March was the highest gun sales in history. And I can't believe that you guys would profit off such an evil thing. And hang on just a second. Yeah, I need a double soy latte. And can you put 3 ice cubes in? I have sensitive gloves. Okay. Anyway, I was saying you guys are disgusting. And also, things are getting pretty serious. I was wondering, while I have you on the line, if you could recommend good firearm for self-defense. Please let me know.
That was Nathan the Liberal.
I guess for somebody who's not interested in this sort of thing, spends an awful lot of time calling and following.
Well, this just if you're a new listener or you haven't been following Liberty Tree Guns until the gun shop show, this is the guy that snuck in the store and made a viral video.
And he's a sneaky fella too.
About how disgusting and bad people we are for selling guns. And I noticed that he interrupted his voicemail and ordered a soy latte with 3 ice cubes.
With 3 ice cubes. I believe he said he had sensitive gums.
That's just for the radio listeners. Let's play a little snippet from when he came in the store.
Hey guys, this is Nathan the Liberal, and today for my vlog, I am at what I believe is called a gun house. Oh my god. My sources tell me this is a 30 caliber clip. This is a very scary place. I'm shaking just looking at them. I can feel the evil radiating off of these things, and I'm just afraid of getting shot, honestly. One of these things could shoot me at any moment. I'm a couple hundred meters into this at this point. I want to turn around, but I know for my YouTubers and my Snapchaps. Oh my god. Oh. Machine gun, lightning bolt, 30 caliber ghost guns. Sorry guys, I'm shaking. I've heard the AR-15 is very evil. I'm feeling weak. And find me on Twitter, Nathan the Liberal.
All right. Well, you know what? Nathan the Liberal seems to be so interested. He came in the store twice. Now he's left us a voicemail.
Right.
Which, by the way, at the end of the voicemail, he told us we were disgusting and then said, "Can you recommend a good handgun?"
Well, he did call in to a gun show where you'd be looking for recommendations. So.
Right. Well, I did get quite an influx of liberal participants that had a problem with Liberty Tree Guns after his viral video. And so, you know what? We should just reach out to him. You think we could get him on the show?
I don't know. We can try.
We have his phone number now, right?
Yeah. I mean,
whatever he left the voicemail on.
I'm sure we could reach out to his YouTube channel too if we needed to.
That's true. He did say use the hashtag Nathan loves Rachie.
He did, yeah.
Rachel Maddow.
So we'll send out an invite on Twitter or something and tag it.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll voicemail number 7.
Hi, my name's Clarence, and I just had a question for Logan. How'd you get to be so handsome?
That's personal.
Did you hear the longing in that voice?
I did. It was long.
Play that one more time. I got to hear that again.
Hi, my name's Clarence, and I just had a question for Logan. How'd you get to be so handsome?
Yeah, Logan, how did you get to be so handsome?
This is a question worth asking.
Well, I didn't want to answer it on the show, but
on the
tell
spot.
you guys my secret.
Please tell us.
Yeah.
It's Flintstone vitamins.
Flintstone vitamins.
I take 2 every morning with my breakfast.
That's not it. I think there's got to be other reasons.
I would think there are.
Yeah.
You know what? Earlier I knew this was coming, so I prepared a list.
Oh, you have a list?
Yeah, it's not really that much.
That's a scroll.
Yeah, so there's a few on here.
If you're watching in the live stream, Trevor
cover.
just busted out a scroll of reasons or how to answer the question exactly. Logan got to be so handsome.
Did you take that from my desk?
The scroll?
The scroll.
No, man.
The scroll.
This is I wrote this. This is all reasons why I believe
I
Logan
thought
is
the
so
name
handsome.
was Chris, but I realized it wasn't. This is Logan's newlywed wife.
That's correct.
And that's what makes me want to puke a little bit.
I do want to say
they're so in love.
In the last show, Logan said that he married a gun. Maybe that's the throuple thing leading in there. But I do want to show that they have parented a child, Logan and the firearm. And here it is.
Now we need to remember that our radio listeners can't see, but what we have is Logan on screen. We want your comments in the comments. Is he indeed handsome, and how handsome is he?
Exceptionally handsome.
But, you know, he has a distinctive look, and I just got to say, Logan, I've never told you this in person, but I've never seen hair outside of Hollywood as magnificent as yours.
Eli, I appreciate that so much. No one has ever complimented me like that before.
He spends a good hour every morning.
I do spend an hour every morning.
Just for the radio listener, Logan's hair looks like Clark Kent.
More Superman than Clark Kent.
Kind of like Aladdin and Clark Kent had a kid.
No. It looks like a cross between Mark Ruffalo and Superman.
That is true. And I do want to say that the top two things on my list so far are, number one, salon quality hair.
Thank you.
That's how he got so handsome. Can we show that real quick?
Absolutely. I think I have something here that we can show.
You got to go to facebook.com/LibertyTreeGuns so that you can see. So on the left, we have Mark Ruffalo. On the right, we have Superman. And then to the far right, we have actual Logan. And you can see it is a direct blending of Mark Ruffalo and Superman.
Superman's hair and Mark Ruffalo's face.
You know, as much as I wanted to make fun of the caller's opinion that Logan is handsome, when you see it on screen, it's hard to deny.
I can't deny it.
I can't deny it.
Ask me to deny it.
Can you deny it, Trevor?
I can't deny it.
Because you have a list, a scroll.
I do, and I have several on here.
Well, let's hear the next one. Tell me the next one.
Number three. Number third reason why Logan got so handsome: a strict diet of delicatessens.
Yeah, because you make, what is it, bananas Foster what's the dessert that you make?
A creme brulee.
And that requires fire, correct?
It does require fire.
And I mean, that creates handsomeness in you. Another one, drives a Subaru.
Yeah, that's confidence in motion.
That's
confidence in motion.
Subaru needs to send us a check.
Are you a spokesperson for Subaru?
He is. He believes in Subaru. The branding is powerful. All right, guys. I know we didn't even get to the list of all of the reasons and how Logan got so handsome. So we're going to continue live on Facebook.com. You can always check out the podcast on iTunes, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, Pandora, all of the major things. Check us out on Facebook right now. We're ending on the radio. See you on the feed.
The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. What is it? We don't know. The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. Here we go, it's the Gun Shop Show.
All right, welcome back to the live stream. This is where the real party happens. We go off the radio and the whole thing goes off the rails sometimes. We were in the process of checking the voicemail and answering the question of how did Logan get so handsome, and we only made it like 3 or 4 points down the list, and Trevor has a whole scroll. And so if you are listening on the podcast, you need to go back and check out the feed on YouTube or Facebook so you can see Logan claimed that it was daily intake of Flintstone vitamins. And
I stand by that.
And I don't believe that. I think
I like to imagine that he only eats like the Barney vitamin.
You only have one. Barney tastes better.
That's the best vitamin.
Maybe so, but I feel like we need to continue down the list because we have more reasons that Trevor has. And Trevor is an expert researcher. He does not exist in the control room because he's a slouch.
I'm a studious.
He comes up, he does his research.
Yeah, I spent hours on this.
And that's how we know. And just so you know, looking behind Trevor on camera, this is our back of our store here at Liberty Tree Guns. And normally, those shelves are completely full of empty gun boxes because what we do is we take handguns and long guns that are in the display cases, and we take the empty boxes and we categorize them by caliber on that back shelf. But just to show you how things have been lately and how strong sales have been. That's why those shelves are looking kind of bare, because inventory is low.
Flying off the shelves.
Yeah, I've got about 60 more guns, mostly handguns, en route, and that'll fill up the store pretty quick, as well as daily arrival of used firearms. We'll fill that up to some degree, but we need to get back at it. We need to dissect this list of reasons that Logan got so handsome.
That's correct, Eli. And I just want to point out we're on number 414, and not all of these are going to be reasons that everyone's going to agree with. These are my reasons.
Well, we might need to say
from my heart.
If you get offended by any of these, please put it in the comments. Call the voicemail line 208-918-1776. That's how you get a hold of us on the voicemail. Let us know. If you don't think he looks like a perfect blend between Mark Ruffalo and Superman, and you don't think he's handsome at all, that is something we need to... We are an open book. We need to discuss both sides.
I mean, I don't want to know that, but...
You don't want to know if if no one agrees with that?
May have to... they can just agree with me. That'd be cool.
Agree with you?
Yeah.
What are they agreeing with you?
Wait a minute. We haven't actually established what your opinion is. So you agree with the caller that you indeed are so handsome. Okay.
Obviously.
Okay. Very humble of you. All right. Go with the next one.
Here we go. Number 5. I took him under my wing.
That is true. You did.
Tears.
Oh, you just knocked your mic over.
It's all right.
Trevor just knocked. Oh, right back.
And we're back.
All right. All
right. I agree with this number 5. I don't know about you guys, but I think he's handsomer because I took him under my wing.
Did he indeed take you under his wing when you first started working at Liberty Tree Guns?
He did. He showed me everything I know under his smelly wing.
Yeah, I did use my sweatier wing, the one that...
I think some of the sweat drops fell on me, and that's what made me more handsome. It kind of moisturized my skin.
Now, see, we're getting to the bottom of things.
Right? Yeah. We are maxed out on cameras, but I really wish we had one on Logan.
I do too.
You know what else we didn't do during the show?
What's that?
That would be, and I was just reminded because we would have shown it if we had a camera on Logan. We're out of camera slots in the computer that runs this whole operation. Mm-hmm. But we're sitting right behind Logan is a very exciting bit of news for Liberty Tree Guns. We've got something in a cardboard box. Mm-hmm. It's going to make a big difference to our customers.
What's in the box?
What is in the box?
What's in the box?
Were you here when it got unloaded?
I was.
I was moving boxes of my own Holland cubes, if you want to call it Holland cubes. We got a cube of our own, and inside of that is, drum roll,
presents. Wait.
It is a Sig Sauer and silencer shop kiosk for selling silencers. So you can come in once we get this thing fired up and do everything you need to own a silencer. You can order it. You can, of course, we'll help you with your order. Then you can get your fingerprints, get your passport photo, all the things you need to submit the ATF paperwork to take a silencer home. We will have a kiosk in the store to do that, which is pretty cool.
All the ingredients needed to purchase that item.
Yeah, it was funny. The trucking company called me. 2 different truckers, like one day and then one the day it showed up, and they're like, I got some kind of like gun safe or some kind of device. Like they weren't sure what it was, and I didn't go into explaining it. But one of the guys here thought it actually dispensed like a vending machine.
Like a vending machine for
suppressors.
Now that would be service.
Yeah, that would be
pretty
good.
Cool.
But it doesn't do that. But it does indeed submit everything you need to get a silencer and take it home.
I'm sure Nathan the Liberal's head would explode if a machine distributed or vended silencers.
It would probably explode if he knew that you could just buy a silencer.
Yeah.
And just so you know, if you didn't watch Nathan the Liberal's videos, you need to go find those on Facebook or YouTube. Just search Nathan the Liberal, Liberty Tree Guns. And he's a bit of an activist that came into the store. And his video got millions of views.
Millions.
Yeah. over 3 million.
Millions.
3 million views. But we are not done here. We got some important stuff to take care of.
That's right.
And that is going down the list of all of the reasons
Number
how
6.
Logan got to be so handsome.
Enjoys the smell of a good stinky fish.
Can confirm.
I don't know if you know this. Recent research has shown that if you want to increase your attractiveness, you want to do one quick smell of a day-old fish.
Like a gefilte fish?
Any fish.
It doesn't matter what kind.
Doesn't matter. You just want to like really waft across the top of it.
Okay. We were reading the menu. The new place that I moved to has a taco shop nearby, and my wife was reading off the list, and one of the things on the menu was fish loaf.
Fish? What is that?
I don't know, but I imagine that in English, there's probably a better translation.
Right?
That's probably like the literal thing that it means in Spanish. But
I don't like fish enough to have it in a loaf. Maybe it's like meatloaf.
I like fish.
I bet it's like
I
meatloaf.
like Mexican food. But you're going to be hard pressed to get me to order something called fish loaf because I imagine it's like a fish stick, but like as big as a loaf
Just
of bread.
an oversized fish stick.
Yeah, I imagine
That's pretty disgusting.
that it would be like, like a loaf of bread, like a French bread, but a fish stick. I can't do it.
Disgusting.
Next one on the list, please.
Hates bread.
Yeah. What's up with that?
It's all the gluten.
Oh, you got a gluten thing?
No, I just don't like gluten.
You just got a problem.
He doesn't like bread.
It's just bread.
Yeah.
He tells me, he's like, I don't like bread. I'm like, how do you
That's
not
exactly
like
what I
bread?
sound like. I'm like, I don't like
Exactly.
bread.
My impressions are on point.
Okay. It's the taste,
Yeah.
and it's mainly the taste.
How are
That
you
was
gonna-
pretty much it.
How are you going to eat
I'm not
sandwich
I'm
without
not
bread?
super hot on bread.
Like,
I mean, I'm not just going to eat bread, but if I'm going to eat a sandwich, which I love sandwiches, you all will learn that.
I was hoping this wouldn't make it in the show.
The sandwich thing?
Yeah, this is, you have an issue with
Is
sandwich.
this an intervention?
Yeah.
A sandwich intervention?
you bring it up every day.
Yeah.
I do. I love sandwiches. I miss them when I'm not eating them.
Well, I took Trevor to the sub shop in Web City
Biggest mistake of your life.
because I thought, one of the things you can do as a friend is like lean into your friend's interests. And I thought, man, this is going to be a experience for Trevor. And it was a little too much.
Yeah, I started talking about like quitting my job
And-
starting a deli.
Well,
Leaving
I
my
wonder what the
lady.
guy at the sub shop thinks because he was like, when Trevor walks up, he's like, okay. And he starts like breaking down the kinds of pastrami and like, and I just genuinely am like, but there's different kinds of salami. And he's like, oh, you don't know about the kinds of salami?
Oh yeah, it's not just the one salami, man.
Yeah.
It's more than one salami. There's
What
good
is the
salami and there's bad salami.
Okay, there's one salami.
Okay,
that-
so Cotto salami is the stuff that has the peppercorns in it.
Okay,
That's bad salami.
You would have thought that
Terrible.
was like
Terrible.
like had salmonella. This is how bad it was.
It's
'Cause
gross.
To me, salami is just that's what defines it as salami to me. Is the little peppercorns in there? That's how I would know I had salami on my plate.
No, that's not. That's bad. That's bad salami, in my opinion. Obviously.
Yeah, he's like in the sub shop and going around to strangers. He's like, "You don't want the Cotto? It's got peppercorns in it."
That's public service, by the way.
And he looks like a maniac. Like, you don't want,
Our hair all disheveled.
you don't want to get the Cotto salami.
Yeah, step away from the car. Is self-respecting, in my opinion. A self-respecting deli is not going to serve you Cotto salami.
I think they told you that's not what was in it, right?
Well, I had to ask because I was anti-salami
Oh, yeah.
a while back
Yeah.
because my parents would buy that stuff and then you'd get a chunk of peppercorn stuck in your teeth and then you can't get it out. It's just there. Now you got pepper in your teeth and it's gross. It's disgusting. Who wants to eat pepper that much, right?
Yeah,
The good stuff, I need to let people know, Eli, the good stuff, Genoa salami.
Oh,
That is Logan says no. I'm not sure why, but here it is. The exact motion that Eli's talking about. It's like pepperoni, but it's salami. Okay.
So
it's a delicious salami taste without the
pepperoni.
peppercorns, and it's top notch.
Whenever we were working on getting Liberty Tree guns off the ground and we were talking technical stuff all the time, I noticed that that Trevor did this, and the more intense his point got, the more he told me, or I noticed it went back more and more until he told me, if you really want to do it right, you got to crank it back till it hurts.
Yeah, it's got to be hurting right here. All right. And it's also a great Donald Trump impression, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
I love salami.
It's the best salami. The guy at the sub shop, you were like Karen asking for the manager. He was like, he was looking around like, got another salami guy on our hands.
That's how he must be his first time in a deli.
Yeah. All right. Next one on the list of reasons that Logan got so handsome.
He jumps out of airplanes, guys.
That's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please don't. I know where this is going.
What don't? What do you mean? You don't get to jump out of an airplane. Take a picture of it.
I mean, I don't have anything prepared for that.
Except for...
I literally
Before he
don't
shows
have
this,
anything
I had
prepared.
a fantastic time skydiving.
I bet you did.
I would
How
do it
long
again.
did it take for you to get out of the airplane to hit the ground? Safely.
A minute. It was pretty quick.
Was it? Do you know if it was a minute or just felt like a minute?
If it was pretty quick.
They didn't tell you how long it would take. Like
No.
during
The guy I was jumping. I it all the time.
That is nerve wracking. I don't think I could handle that.
I've considered it myself. I just don't know, man. Like, I'd almost rather jump out of a plane than fly anywhere.
What?
Which is ironic, right?
That makes no sense.
I know it makes no sense. But here's the thing: like, at least I have a parachute on.
You know what?
I don't understand.
That doesn't make any
Okay,
sense at
all right.
all.
I know it doesn't make sense, right? But that was just my mentality.
You're
for
way
it.
more
I
likely to
don't-
die from attempting, even with a parachute, to jumping out of a plane than just take a normal flight.
You got numbers on that?
Oh
yeah.
Yes, they
Yes.
can be found.
Well, just so that we can illustrate the fact that Logan jumped out of an airplane, we do have photographic evidence of this event, and I feel bad just showing it because I think it's like one of those things that Logan's not really proud of.
Why?
But I don't know. Like,
how long had you
he
worked
beats
here
himself up.
when I got this? When I first saw this?
Like a month. It was almost immediate.
Yeah, it was funny because I'm walking by and someone pops up the picture, and I said, "Why do you have a picture of Mark Ruffalo jumping out of an airplane?"
Can I show it, Logan?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and show it.
All right, here we go. This is Logan on his way to planet Earth. Look at that.
Those glasses.
How are you screaming here?
You know what?
I was screaming. Yeah.
What
with
are those
excitement.
glasses? Or those? I mean, obviously they're to deflect the wind off your eyes, but
They're cone shaped.
You know what they remind me
They
of?
reminded me of like chemistry glasses.
You know, they remind me.
I know what they remind me of. I don't know if it's what you're thinking of.
They remind me of the chest of the fembots from Austin
Yeah,
Powers.
yeah. Well, it's certainly in the realm of what I was thinking.
Go find a picture. Do you ever see that movie?
Austin Powers?
Yeah.
Oh, of course I
Do you
am.
remember the fembot?
Not really.
Get a picture.
I'm gonna look this up. I wanted to be careful before I start
Yeah.
showing these images.
Yeah, we can't show a clip or they'll. Yeah, make sure you.
Those aren't. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, there you go.
Zoom in on
This
it
is
here.
this is why we only do this on the live stream.
I just imagine that
This is what those glasses look like.
this is his face removing in that picture.
Yeah, if you're listening on the podcast, you need to go.
Hey, I just want to point out this is topical because those are guns.
That is true. This is the kind of quality. We cover every kind of firearm on Liberty Tree Guns.
Even the brazier kind.
Okay, you got more on the list.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what number we're on here.
I don't know.
This one, not really exciting, but still a reason why he's so handsome.
And it matters. Reasons matter.
He plays croquet.
You play croquet?
Croquet?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Obviously, he does play it, or he
No,
wouldn't have corrected
You wouldn't have
I
corrected
don't
us,
know.
yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, man.
All right. Next one on the list. He listens to his mother.
That's true.
It's true.
I was at a restaurant, which is one of our sponsors.
A restaurant brought to you by a restaurant.
Get your belly full.
At the restaurant.
Just so you know, you can sponsor the Gun Shop Show. And if you watched on the live stream or listened on the podcast, you know that we fill those radio breaks with sponsors that make the show possible. And we make those commercials up on the fly. And I feel like, although they are silly at times, they're effective and fun to watch. So if you would like your business to help make the Gun Shop Show possible, then please send an email to thegunshopshow@gmail.com. And we are an operational business here. So right now I've got my manager Keith jumping in here to get with Logan on, I'm sure, some important gun shop business, but we should get ready in the meantime for the next reason why Logan is so handsome.
All right, let's get ready. Getting ready. I'm preparing. All right, I'm ready.
It'll be funny if Logan doesn't know the next one. Because he's actually working.
He's listening and listening. This one is he only uses a bidet.
That is also topical.
He's a bidet man. Yeah. Oh, because
he was unfazed.
A water gun.
That's not what I meant.
A water gun for your bum.
That's not what I meant because of the toilet paper shortage.
Oh yeah, it is.
But
topical.
I like that you always have a different perspective.
All right, it shoots water.
That
it's
makes
a water gun
sense.
for your bum.
And aim matters. Aim matters.
Well, you got to get in front of the ammo on a bidet.
Yeah, that is the one time where you want to know what's beyond your target.
I just had an idea, and I don't know if this is a thing.
Is this another toilet related?
I'm back.
Well, it is, but
every
that's
time we talk about inventions, you focus on toilet.
It is a lot of toilet related things, and some of my ads have been toilet centric. It's I don't know why.
We do have a sponsor that is Anywhere Porta Potties.
That is correct.
So anyway, but you have
maybe they can run with this. I don't know. I don't have the technology.
You giving it away? You sure you want to do this? We have a lot of viewers. This idea could get stolen.
I feel like if I put this out into the world and it becomes a thing,
that's a gift
it's
enough.
Not already.
That's payment enough for you.
It is. I mean, I'm not philanthropic. Philanthropic.
Was that a word?
Something like that.
You're not a philanderer.
Philanthropic like Bill Gates is with the toilet thing.
Good old Bill Gates.
Okay, so I'm not, but you know what? I'm just going to say it, guys. All right. So if it becomes an invention, you heard it here first. Heat sinking bidet, but lasers.
Oh, like a laser.
So it uses lasers to zero in on where it needs
just like
to wash.
But you're talking just like a laser on a pistol. You put the red dot where you want to hit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could do that. Like maybe you have a screen up in front of you where you can see your target. You put the laser on it and you blast it. You blast it with the water.
That makes sense. You almost need a monitor like what I'm using right here. So
right. Just imagine
I can see myself so that I know what camera we're on, and then if we do this camera, like I can make sure that I'm showing it right, and we got guns on it. Mm-hmm. You would want one of those set up in front of your bidet so you could see where you're aiming.
You guys said I use a bidet.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
While Logan was doing actual gun store business, we covered that is one of the reasons you're so handsome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Just after you listen to your mother.
I think everyone will be using them in the future.
I think it is the future.
It is the future.
I have a friend.
Go to the store.
I have a friend that I grew up with, and he's now living in the Philippines. right? And he's sending me tour videos of everything, the beaches, the houses, everything. It's a whole different world. And their houses are like almost open air, you know, there's, that's just the way the climate is and the market. It's just really, it's a whole different world. But as he panned by the bathrooms, I saw like what looks like the sink sprayer from the kitchen sink is like attached to every toilet. And
so you just grab it, reach around, and blast?
I guess so. And it's funny because I saw that going around as a joke, like because of the toilet paper shortage.
Right.
People were joking like how absurd it would be to have like one of these little guns on there. And apparently that's everyday life in the Philippines.
I really don't think it's that absurd because I'll tell you what, if you've ever been in a scenario where you're finishing up and you reach over only to find that you're out.
It's the worst feeling.
That would never happen with the water solution.
I'm a grizzled veteran now and I don't sit down until I check and I verify. But I remember being a kid and not being so wise, and it is a bad feeling.
That's a lesson you only have to learn one time, and if it takes more than once, to learn that lesson,
you deserve what you get. Okay, guys, we got to wrap this up.
Oh no, I have 3 more. Though.
Okay, we can hit 3 more, but we got to.
I'll just blast through them. Okay, they're not. I don't think that they are as the top reasons. This is why these are at the bottom of the list.
They're at the bottom of the list.
Okay, number 12. He inward farts. Number 13.
You might not should have shared that. That's a medical condition.
Oh.
I have a question.
You have a question about this?
Are you saying inward or inward as opposed to outward?
Wait, not
both.
Inward. Inward, like...
Oh, like when he farts, he says it as a word?
Guys, we're keeping this
okay, yeah.
PG.
Okay.
Listen, I'll tell you, just for medical purposes so that the listener knows, it is a fart that goes from the outside in. Okay, it's a medical condition.
Number 13.
It's like a suction.
That's exactly... it pairs well with the next one. He smells incredible.
Yeah. You know why? Those inward farts pull all
the stinkiness. That's why he does the line of the stinky smell of the fish.
Yeah. It pulls it in and then filters it out. Okay.
All right. And the last one is helps old ladies cross the street.
It's true.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It is true.
It's true.
He's an amazing person, everybody. Just want you to know that we love you, Logan.
We do. We appreciate, you know, as much we spent an entire segment at your expense, but in all seriousness, I appreciate everything you do for Liberty Tree Guns. You have been one of the most efficient and productive and valuable members of the team of anybody I've ever employed. So
I
thank
really
you.
Appreciate that, Eli. I wish you would say that regularly, but
you wish I'd say it when we were on the radio instead of just on the live stream.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be super cool.
We'll force it in there.
Just start the next show.
Just start the show off with it. Every show.
Yeah, we have been joking around, but in all seriousness, we have an awesome crew here. Logan, you're a key part of it, and I appreciate you. Appreciate you being a part of the show. I appreciate the caller. She knows who she is. That made for us having a lot of fun. So. Thanks for joining us. This has been the Gun Shop Show. As always, you can find us on Facebook.com/LibertyTreeGuns, YouTube, and Twitch. If you're on the go and can't watch the feed, find the podcast on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Stitcher, TuneIn, Podbean, and many more. Just search the Gun Shop Show. Thanks for joining us. And we will see you next Saturday.
The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. What is it? We don't know. The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. Here we go, it's the Gun Shop Show.